Hi guys, welcome to the Liberty Bunker. A man has been sentenced to 12 weeks in jail. And you know what? I'm not even too sure he's done that much wrong. Let's take a closer look at what's going on here. So this was a Facebook post from a gentleman called Kieran Stevenson. This post only went onto Facebook a few days ago. So it was posted the 30th of March. We're now the 2nd of April. So in the space of a few days, this has been picked up by the police. He's been charged and he's been sentenced to a 12-week prison sentence. Now let's take a look exactly what Mr. Stevenson is saying here. So it starts off, where do I start? Rock up to Stoke Mandeville, which is obviously a hospital. Not many people outside, but boy, those nurses know how to isolate. So he's been a little bit facetious, a little bit sarcastic here. He's basically having a little go at the NHS workers, at the nurses, saying they're not exercising correct social distancing. Now, I disagree with this because, in my opinion, I think the NHS workers are doing a really good job at the moment. They're putting themselves in harm's way. We've had NHS workers, nurses, doctors having, died from contracting COVID-19, and there just isn't the PPE at the moment to go round. So I think that bit of the rant is a little bit unfounded. But, it's a free country, right? We're meant to have, although it is vanishing increasingly at pace, the right to free speech. So he has a little bit go at the surgical mask they're wearing. Then he goes on about there being no hand sanitizer in sight, no bacterial rub, nothing. I went to the intensive care unit, accident emergency, level 1, level 2 upstairs. So he's basically taken a bit of a walk around this hospital, just seeing what exactly is going on. He hasn't run into any police, saw no police, one security guard busy chatting up a woman prison guard. I don't know if it's meant to be a security guard or just a prison guard that happens to be in the hospital, obviously with a prisoner. Spoken to different workers called Vinny, is loving the overtime and he's getting loving the overtime he's getting, and wore a mask for about one day when it first hit Stoke Mandeville a month ago. So he's basically just having a bit of a go at what these people are doing. I mean, it doesn't seem like this warrants a 12-week prison sentence, right? This is meant to be a free country. Okay, so maybe it wasn't the smartest thing, walking around a hospital, taking pictures. He took pictures. This is a gentleman here. Maybe it's not the smartest thing. It's probably not something that I would do, right? At the moment, we're supposed to be exercising social distancing, only going out if you need to. But this isn't China. This is the sort of thing the Chinese Communist Party do, We're meant to be a free country. What he's doing here essentially isn't that different than if a reporter from the Telegraph or the Sun had gone into hospital, taken some pictures and put it in a newspaper. It's not really that much different. With social media, there's now a blur between, say, professional journalists that work for the Times, the Telegraph, and just average citizens who just want to put a message out. I don't agree with his total message. But now this came up. This is the Thames Valley Police website. So this is in relation to this media post that this Kieran Stevenson put up. So man convicted for causing public nuisance at hospital and breaching restriction of movement order, Stoke Mandeville, Aylesbury. Following a Thames Valley Police investigation, a man has been jailed today, 2nd of April, which is today. So in the space of 3 days, they've read the post, they found him, they've arrested him, they've charged him, and he's gone to court in the space of 3 days for causing a public nuisance in a hospital in Aylesbury. If he was causing a public nuisance, why didn't anybody phone the police at the time he was there? It seems like he was there for, something like an hour, a few hours walking around. If it was that much of a disruption, hospitals have 24/7 security. Why did the security guard not apprehend him if it was this much of a public nuisance? It sounds like a real trumped up charge to me. Kieran Stevenson, age 32, of Selwell Close, Aylesbury, was charged and remanded in custody yesterday, with one count of causing a public nuisance and one count of contravening the requirement as to the restriction of movement during coronavirus emergency period following his arrest on Tuesday. We'll read from here. Stevenson appeared in Oxford Magistrates Court today, where he pleaded guilty to both charges and had been sentenced to 12 weeks imprisonment. He was also ordered to pay £300 compensation to the NHS Trust. Does this seem reasonable? This is the sort of thing they are doing in China. People, they are whistleblowers, put media posts up in China and they're arrested. They're charged. They go to prison. Sometimes they turn up dead because, the Chinese state is at least 1 or 2 steps ahead of where the British government is going at the moment. Does this really warrant, in your opinion? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely off the boil on this one. I like to get feedback from you guys if a 12-week prison sentence is proportional for this. I mean, he was charged, convicted, just based on this post. I mean, I don't agree. It's not the most sensible thing to do. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't go to hospital, walk around, making comments about the NHS staff that are doing what they're doing, their job, the masks, the PPE they're doing. But it's meant to be a free country, right? In my opinion, this doesn't warrant a 12-week prison sentence. At the moment, they're trying to stop coronavirus getting into the prisons. Does it really make sense for a social media post? It seems like a trumped-up charge to me. It seems like the government are just really running away on this one. I don't know. I just wanted to get this video up there. You can read through the post in your own time. I'll leave a link to his original post on Facebook, but that may get taken down, possibly. Although it seems like it's survived this far anyway. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. A 12-week prison sentence for basically a post that just complained that the NHS staff aren't wearing correct PPE, which is outside of their control anyway. And there was no hand sanitizer. And, the security guard was chatting up another security. 12 weeks in jail? Really? I know a lot of you think these... maybe not the regular subscribers, but I know a lot of the comments are saying this, nothing to fear, nothing to hide. But I don't know. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on this one. 12 weeks in jail, social media posts. Everybody should start being very, very careful because this is rapidly descending into a police state. Hopefully we unwind all these laws. But, we didn't unwind all the laws, the extra anti-terror laws that were imposed on us since 9/11. And it's quite likely several of these laws will probably remain with us after this has gone. Love to know your thoughts and opinions on this one. Is a 12-week prison sentence justified for basically taking a few pictures in a hospital? Jason from Liberty Bunkers sign off. And I'll see you in the next video.